We're holding the afternoon Aleph from the base, and we started at Simon Kuf Tzadik last week, and the mitzvah tomorrow will finish. First half of the Simon was very difficult, but very important. The second half is, which we'll learn tomorrow, is very practical. And it has to do with the Gemara the Gemara will be learning now, which is what's the correct way of shearing Kol Shel Brocho. These are the things that are the disagreement between Bisham, Basil, and Asoda. Number one, Bisham said first you make the bracha, says the kiddush, and then you make the boy priyagofen. Basil the other way around. That's why we pass him. By everything, we make first boy priyagofen. By Milo and by Pidyon Ben and by Nesuyin and by everything. We make first by the Priya Gofen. Bishamay says you first do Natilas Yadayim. We said according to some Pshat Rashi means Pasha to wash your hands from Natilas Yadayim, so we do like Bezilel. We first do Kiddush and then do Natilas Yadayim.
She's not talking about the Mayim.
No. Bisham Emrim. You wipe your hands, you put it on the towel on the table. You don't put it on the chair. Why? You'll talk about it in the Gemara. Number 4, you first have to sweep the floor and then you do the tila, which is my machronim, and then you bench. No, first you bench, then you sweep the floor later. Tomorrow we'll say later what's the machlokes. Fifth machlokes, the b'sham emrim neiru mozen b'samim v'avdola. If he had a meal also, so what's the order? This is the order: Neir, Mazam, B'samim, and Avdallah. B'sel Emrim, Neir, B'samim, and then Mazam, Avdallah. Number 6, B'sham Emrim, Shabarim, Ma'oresh, B'shil Emrim, Boirim, Mi'ore Oesh. And then the Mishnah continues: Emevorchim, V'laner, V'labsam, Shal Goyim, V'laner, V'labsam, Shal Meisim, V'laner, V'labsam, Shal Avedazara. These Neirim, some are not good. If it's for Avedazara, you're not allowed to have enough of it. If it's from a mace, it's not made for a good smell. So you don't use it. You don't make a bracha on the candle until you first enjoy the light. If he made it, forgot he didn't make it. If to go back to this place. So he makes it in the place where he remembered. Well, that's a very complicated halachas. We learned about it 2 years ago. You can make the bracha until the food is digested.
That's why half an hour.
How long does that take?
Every person, every food is different. If they finished eating and now they have wine at the table, there's only one kois. Which a Pashup Pshat, the Mishnah would sound. The Bisham says, you know, not mechuyev to make a Birchas HaMazon ala kois. You could drink the wine before Birchas HaMazon. No. You can't drink, if you have only one kois of yain, they have to Mevarach ala Mazon first. So you can use it as a kois of bracha. So it sounds like Vasil holds that you must have a kois of bracha. Bisham says, no.
But now we're never talking on a Mesumen.
Right. No, talk about Mazum. If a Yid makes a bracha, even if you didn't hear the full bracha, you can say Amen. If he's a kusi, you can't. Because maybe he's making the bracha for Hagrizim. So you never know what he has in mind. You have to hear the bracha from him. And then you know if he meant for the Hebishter. Zog the Gemara, Ton Rabbanon. These are the things that are different. There's a difference between Bisham and Basuda. Why? Why do you have Birchas Hayayim better Pregochem later? Shayim going on Layayin Shayava. The Yoim brought the Yain. And number 2 is Kvar Kodesh Shayim, but Yain Loibo. The Kiddush Shayim, the day gets, as soon as it's dark, the day is holy. The wine is still not on the table, so the wine comes later. First you have to make Boda Priyagofen, then you make Kiddush. First Boda Priyagofen, then you make Avdallah. First you make Kiddush, then you make the Shabbat Brochos. Always you make first Yain. Shayayin going to the Kiddush Shetama. The Yain allows the Kiddush to be said, because I don't have a Shida Ela Yain. The Yain allows us to have the Shida, so first you have to have the Yain. The second thing is Bichas Yain Tadira, Bichas Yain Tadira. The Bichas Yain is Todah, so he goes first. Todah Shena, Todah Koidem. Sagt Breis Valoch Gdim Besilel. So Gemara my Dover Acher. Why does Besilel have to say Dover Acher? So the answer is Achite Mosam Tarti Lachochod Achanami Tarti Ninu. If you're going to say Bishami has 2 reasons on their side, we also have 2 reasons on our side. Shammai has 2 reasons. We have 2 reasons as Besilel. Number 1, the Yain is going on Kedusha Shakah. Number 2, the Yain is Todi. Bichas Yain Tadira was Yain Tadira Todi V'Shinda Todi Tkod. Gemara V'Aloch Besilel Braisa says the Aloch is like Besilel Pshita. The Pasha the Aloch is like Besilel. Enough of Baskel. Gemara says native in the Fid Gimel. That came out of Baskel from heaven says that the Aloch is like Besilel. So what discussion is it? Obviously the Aloch is like Besilel.
And everything?
In everything. Whenever the Bisham is Allah like Besilel. So what's going on? And Iboyis and Mekoidon Baskel. This Bryce was learned before the Baskel. Iboyis La'acha Baskel was even after the Baskel. Rabbi Shua but the person who learned this Bryce is Rabbi Shua. The Amar Ein Meshgichem B'Baskel, Rabbi Shua says we don't listen to Baskel. We don't care what the Baskel says, doesn't say, we don't listen to Baskel. This is a shit.
But don't we say the reason Allah is Kebais, Allah is Kebais sold that they were Harifi Tvei, no?
No, the opposite. Bishamai was Harifi Tvei.
Bishamai was Harifi Tvei and Bishamai was Lucky.
No.
What?
They were Ne'elovim ve'enam oilvim Shemeim cherposam ve'enam meshivim V'lo yoid ela shemagdimin divrei ve'shamai ledivreim.
And that's the reason why halakha is like that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the Gemara says native.
No, I thought it was, let me, I'm not, I thought it was because the Beishamai was Harifi, but Beisil had more people in numbers. No, isn't that wasn't that the split?
They had more numbers.
Beisil had more numbers.
They seem to have more numbers because Nimnu. V'Rabbi B'Shamai, that's in Gemara Shabbos.
Yeah, that what?
That the numbers were always on Beisil's side.
Beisil had more people.
But yet that's in the Gemara Shabbos. The Gemara in Eidevin.
Close the doors so that the Beishamai.
No, once Beishamai, the opposite. Once Beishamai saw that they had bigger numbers, so they locked the doors and they started knocking. Yudches Dvorim goes to the Boy Bayon. Valiyas Chananya Ben Gurion, which is the first Pedic, the end of the first Pedic in Shabbos. But the end of the first Pedic in Eidevin, the Gemara says a different thing, not the numbers. The numbers is the simple reason. But the reason the Gemara says the Pnimius also all got numbers. The Gemara says because they were Lovin ve'enam oilvin.
But why should, I mean, it's very nice, but why should that be a fair?
Oh, so that's
no, I mean, I'm just saying, you can hear numbers against Harifas. That you can hear. In Halacha, that would make a difference, right?
Always in such a case, there's more Kanayim, there's less Kanayim than other.
They were sweet people. Not only were they sweet, the Gemara says, that if they came to the Beis Medrash the next day, and there was, okay, so let's summarize. What went on yesterday? So the people would say like this. Yesterday we had an argument. You guys said Aleph Beis Gimel, and we said Dalet Hey Vav. They always said first the words of Beishamai.
Again, first.
So you're right, it's a Pella Ploim. That's a very Pella-dika Gemara. What did I just say? But that's the way it is. So the Yeshua said they must give him a baskel. So therefore the Bryce has to say the loch is like Beis Hillel.
We're doing the story with Emash Kino Basket.
Oh, it's a fire. The story with the Tanner Shalachnoi.
Yeah.
Fire.
The wall went down.
The walls and the water and the decals flying.
The voice from heaven. No.
There's a lot in Sanhedrin. The stuff to Sanhedrin is also a lot of that. It's impossible.
Where did the story? Tanner Shalachnoi.
Yotzeet Korim, Yotzeet Bat Kol.
That's something else. But there's a Gemara, almost a whole page. The story of Tanner Shalachnoi. They had an argument, and the Yeshua stood up in the basement. He said the walls should fall, and they said, well, should stand. The walls didn't know what to do, so they went halfway. Then the water went backwards, and the trees went flying. And I'm sure, I don't care, the trees could fly, and the water can go from the streams could go backwards, and the walls can fly. I don't care. We don't listen to the heavens. Torah loy b'shamayim.
And Beit Shel Malach was moide. Still, Allah wasn't like That's when you know in Torah Lishma what happened in these things. It wasn't my aloha like me, Kovet. They wanted to know what is the aloha. That's why. It was Lishma.
Sagt the Gemara V'savli b'sham the bechas yehem adifa. How could the Gemara asks? How could you say that there's a machlok b'sham b'silul? It's not true. V'tanya v'lot na brayse hanichnas l'beis b'mitzvah Shabbos. He goes into his house mitzvah Shabbos. Mevarach al yayin. He makes first the bracha al yayin. Then there's the morning of Psalm, and then the Avdallah.
The first the Psalm, then the
Okay. That we'll get to in a second.
Mainly
He eats and then and he says everything and then he does the Bechaz HaMazen. So we see clearly that the Bechaz HaYayin comes first. So the Gemara says, what do you care that the Bryce says that? Who tells you that this Bryce is B'Shameh? They were Mesidl here. Maybe this Bryce is Mesidl. What do you know? Now, what's your question? The Braisa says the Yain goes first? Okay, this Braisa is B'Tzilul. So Gemara Loi Sal Daitach. You couldn't think that this Braisa is B'Tzilul. Tony, in this Braisa we learned the first comes more Vakech B'Samim. Man Shamet Ladi Man Shamet Ladi Islay Haisvar B'Shamay. Who holds that it comes first Boydem Erimation, then B'Samim? That's B'Shamay. Tanya, Rabbi Huda Lanechel, the B'Sham B'Silul, the Marsov Shuktzchel, the Avdallah Shabasayv. Obviously, they said that this was not a machlokes. Alma Nechlaku. What did Rabbi Huda say? What's the machlokes between B'Sham and B'Silul? The only machlokes is Alamor V'Al B'Samim. B'Sham Emrim Mor V'Achkech B'Samim. B'Sham says first Mor. B'Silul Emrim B'Samim V'Achkech Mor. So we go. That's the way we paskin. We paskin like Rabbi Yehuda, who says that the whole machlokes of B'Sham B'Silul when it comes to Avdallah. As the B'Shamin says, the first B'Ramadesh and then B'Sam. B'Silul says first B'Sam and the B'Ramadesh. Obviously, we go like B'Silul. So, but the bottom line is that that Braisa that says, which is the fourth line here in the page, which says first Mor and then B'Sam, obviously that's B'Shamin. And still we see that Yain is first. So the Gemara says, "My the B'Shamin and the Yehuda." Why are you learning like Rabbi Yehuda? Maybe that Bryce is going according to the Meir. And the Meir is the one that holds that the Machlokes of B'Sham B'Silul is not about what comes first, B'Sam Avdallah. So Gemara Lo Sal Daitek, Tony Ochem Masnissen, B'Sham Emrim Ner, Mozen, B'Sam Avdallah, B'Salam Ner, B'Sam Mozen Avdallah, B'Sam Bryce Tony, Main Level Kul Ech, Kois Echem, Nichachem, Mashashal Kul Machanav. So Shmamina, we see clearly that Bryce is B'Shamah. We see clearly that Bryce is B'Shamah, even according to our Mishnah. Even according to our Mishnah, that Bryce must be B'Shamah. So Gemara, we call it. So what's the answer? So the Gemara answers Kasavar B'Sham B'Shani Yuliyam Apukiyami. It depends when the day is coming in or going out. In other words, the difference of Kiddush of Avdallah. Ayul Yom when the day is coming in, which is Kiddush, Kamad Magdinan Le Odif. and the day is coming in, you want to first say the Kiddush. Yeah, as much as exactly. Fuki Yom, once the day is going out, is the opposite. We don't want to show that. So he says that according to Beishamai explains, so really the Mishnah is Beishamai and the Braisa. So it's a stira. Mishnah talking about Kiddush, and we say that there has to be first Kiddush and then Yain. And when the Braisa talking about Avdallah, the Gemara proves the very long thing that the Braisa is Beishamai. And when we say so, what's the Braisa say? He makes first the Yain, and the last thing is the Avdallah. So he says, yeah, because when it comes to Kiddush, the first thing Shabbos comes in, we make Kiddush. But when it comes to Matzah Shabbos, the very last thing we want to do is Avdallah. I'm going to stretch it. Okay, so now let's get to what's relevant to what we're going to learn in the halacha tomorrow in the Shulchan Aruch and Siman Kuf Tzadik. So Gemara says, "Sabri v'sham v'chs amazon tu nakois." Does Beishamai hold that Bichs Amazon needs to have a kois? But none. Balam yam lacher Amazon einsha laois a kois Beishamai mevarach al yam v'achik mevarach al Amazon. It sounds from the previous brayse Beishamai holds that Bichs Amazon needs to have a kois. So we just said they get a cup of wine, you drink it, and you don't have to wait for Bichs Amazon. You don't need kosher bracha. My love, the mevarach eloi v'shasiloi. That's the l'chayr in our Mishnah. It says the Beishamai doesn't care for kosher bracha. If you get only one kois of wine, you drink it up before Kiddush, and who cares about kosher bracha? So Gemara, Lord, that's not what the Mishnah means. The Mishnah means the mavorech eluya manachlei. You should make better priyagof and leave it on the table. For Gemara, how's that possible? Omar ma mavorech tzarach sheyitim. You have to. You make better priyagof and you're going to leave the cup on the table. You have to drink it. And for the Gemara, the toyim light, he's going to drink it. No, for the Gemara, Omar ma tamei pogma. If you make a bracha better priyagof and you drink a little bit of the wine, it becomes pogum. It becomes pogum.
I don't understand. So what's the problem? You bench Berchus Hamazon and then you drink the rest of them.
But then our Mishnah it says that Beishamai says the Bolam Yain. If you get Yain right before Berchus Hamazon, you just drink that kois.
Yeah.
That's what the Mishnah says. Bolam Yain Acher Hamazon. After they finished eating, Yain came. You mentioned Meloitzi kois is one kois. Make by the Priya Gofen, make a bracha on the yain, and then bench. It sounds like he says, I don't care about kosher bracha. You could drink the yain before the kosher bracha.
But now we're saying just tie him out because there should be a hefsek. But he's saying the benching on a glass of wine that's almost full.
Right.
And then after Berchus Hamazon, you drink it.
Right. So the Gemara asks, but if that's what you're doing, when you're going to make Bari Piragaf before Berchus Hamazon, and you're going to drink a little bit, you're going to make it a Kois Pogum. But
why is that a problem? It's only a problem you can't make a bracha on a Kois Pogum. But what's the problem to finish drinking it?
But
it's not such thing.
The Mishnah says that Bolam Yaim Acher Hamazon, he finished eating and he got a cup of wine. Make Bari Priyagofen. Sounds, and then you bench.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you make Bari Priyagofen, you drink up the kois. Nothing's left.
Now you can bench.
And now you bench.
So
after benching, you're not going to have wine.
Right, you're not benching a la kos.
Okay. But later in the Braisa the Gemara brings, it sounds like you have to always try to have a kois because he comes from Matzah Shabbos and he has to eat the mazen. So you should first eat the mazen and then do Avdallah afterwards. So it sounds like Beishamai holds that you should have a kois.
Yeah, right.
But the Mishnah, the Beishamai says, I don't care about a kois. If you get a kois, bolam yayin acher hamazon, mevorach ala yayin v'achich mevorach ala mazen.
No, but I mean, the Gemara has a shaila. How could you do it? Say Bari Priyagofen, then say the whole benching, and then you're first going to drink. So the answer, he takes a sip.
Right.
Okay, so then they come back and they say, how could that be? It's pugum.
Right.
So I don't understand what's pugum. Pugum is you can't make a bracha on it because somebody drank from it or whatever. You can't make kiddush or you have to pour out from the bottle or whatever. But here he made Bari Priyagofen on a clean glass of wine. He took a little teima. And then after benching, he finished it. So what's he a
But the
puggle?
bench-
I mean,
Because
as
the
far as
benching-
I don't know.
Because
I
the
don't know.
benching has to be on a koshel bracha.
It has to have a din of
Kosher
kosher
bracha.
bracha that it's not puggle
Right.
to say the benching on it. Okay,
Right.
wow. Okay.
Right.
And now that
And even though we're going to learn tomorrow that the fact that it shouldn't be pogum is only
Yeah.
mitzvah min mufcher,
Yeah,
it's not a must.
yeah.
But still, if you hold of kosher bracha and it's mitzvah min
Yeah.
mufcher
Now
to
you-
have it not pogum, so
Yeah.
why is Beshama allowing you to make it pogum?
Okay. All right, I hear. Okay.
So the Gemara answers, no, don't worry, the time will be yodi. He takes a little, he makes better piyagof, he puts a little bit of the wine in his hand, and he drinks it.
Wow.
Oh, so he does drink
Tricks.
from the cold.
That's a Talmud Chacham. You finesse it.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
I mean, there's some Rishonim say that this is only according to Beishamai, but according to Beisil, this trick doesn't work.
I'll tell you afterwards another trick. Remind me.
Okay, fine. So, V'amar Mar, the Tomei Pogum, he's going to answer the Tomei Pogum, he takes it with his hands. V'amar Mar, Kosher Bracha Tzorech Shiur. You need to have the shiur of a Revi'is here. So, V'kapachas Lo Mishurei. Now you're going to drink a little bit, it's not going to be the shiur of a Revi'is. The Gemara is Nafesh Lo Tfei Mishurei. There was more wine than in the Revi'is. For the Gemara of Ein Shem Al Kois Ktani, it was said that it was only one kois. So today Lo have. There was no 2 cups of wine. There wasn't 2 Revi'is in the wine. Michad Nafesh, there was 1.5 Revi'is of wine. It was 1.5 Revi'is of wine. Vatoni, Revichia, B'Sham Emin, V'Bal Chayam, V'Shasei V'Akar Baruch L'Chtzamazim. There is a Braisa that says, a B'Shamai says,
Like we
that
said in the
drink it
beginning.
up, yeah. Ela Trei Tanoi, Aliba de B'Shamai, there's really 2 Tanoim, Aliba de B'Shamai. One Tanoi, because the B'Shamai says you don't need kosher bracha, only B'Silvos. Others says no, Shammai, everyone agrees you need to have a kosher bracha. And over here is a whole trick. Talking about they came with a kois and a half, or a vias and a half of wine. So you can't split it to have 2. So what does he do? He makes Boire Priyagofen. He puts a little in his hand, he drinks it, and then he puts it there, and then it's not pogum. And then he's going to make Bechas Hamazon use of a kosher bracha, and then he's going to make again Boire Priyagofen after Bechas Hamazon, and that's a kosher bracha.
His hand become pagum. When you take a little bit of his
But
hand,
some of the Rishonim say that the Ashba here says that this whole idea of putting a little in your hand only works according to Beshama, not according to Beisil. So I don't understand, because I told you that I saw by a chuppah that the Rav Shechter, the Rosh Hashiva of Chaim Berlin, does this. He makes Boire Priyagofen, and so they're supposed to give it to Chosn and Kala. They shouldn't drink pogum. So he puts a little in his hand and he drinks it.
Oh yeah, because you made the bracha.
Because he made the bracha. But I don't understand. The Ritva and the Rashba both say that this trick only works according to Beishamai. But still, they don't agree with the trick.
so that second, Rabbi Shechter become according to Bechama.
Oh, that's dangerous. The
You
Mishnah
gotta
says,
paska,
the Mishnah
everybody
says,
paskas this
what does
way.
the Mishnah
That's
say
it.
about Reb Tarfon, right? What happened with Reb Tarfon when he did once like Beishamai? No, what does the Gemara say in Brochos? Pamachas hitisi. The Beishamai says that in the morning you have to stand, and by night you have to b'shar b'chov kamecha. So and then all of a sudden life was in danger because Listim came, and they almost killed him. So the Chacham said, "Kedai yisalochem ba'atzmacha al shavalek al divrei Beis. You deserved it," they said, because you were over on the words of Beis Hillel. So you got to be careful. You got to be very, very careful in this stuff.
A lot of people would agree with Sam, you know. I don't want to get into that.
You got to be very careful. You never.
He got enemies, you know, Rabbi Shechter.
Yeah.
Rabbi Shechter is such a sweet man. I used to see him in a
Right.
mikveh here every morning.
Why nobody asks him why he doesn't do well?
I can't ask him. Let's ask him. Ask one of this.
He learned this Gemara for sure.
Right. Have to ask him. I don't know. It's a good question. Have to ask
Maybe
him.
you see it, maybe he's not a youngster anymore.
Now we'll
So one
talk
second, he
about.
was afraid that bracha levatala if he give it to the Chatan and Kala. That's why he take a little bit in his hand.
No, because you're not really supposed to make a bichas and you're not supposed to make a bracha for someone else unless two conditions.
It's the only place that you could make for somebody else.
Right. Bichas and you're not supposed to make for someone else. Only bichas and mitzvahs. And even Bechas HaMitzvahs, you're only supposed to make it, we paskin, as we'll see in the Shulchan Aruch that we'll learn tomorrow, that we only make Bechas HaMitzvahs for someone else if he doesn't know how to do it. But if he knows how to do it, let them do it. So like I spoke about it this year a few times, if you're going to put on film with someone, they should make the bracha. Or if you go blow shofar for someone, they have to make the bracha. If you already heard shofar, they should make the bracha. But if he doesn't know how to make a bracha and he's mechuyev for shofar because he's a male, you make it for him. That the same thing matzah even matzah. You make a public seder. So you make a public seder, and there's 50 people there, but no one knows how to. I make a Mecca shlichus, or even when I was in the Bronx, I used to make a seder for Russians. You think there was one person in the house that knew how to make a bracha for the matzah? No one knew. But I'm not eating the seder with them. I'm gonna do a seder later. Yeah, I used to do that. So
what time you did your seder?
I used to start like 1 o'clock, 3 or something, So
the Hasidic Rebbes do that.
No,
they wash before Chatzos.
No. They maybe start late, but they go all night.
Yeah.
I used to start and finish with less than 2 hours.
That's not all nice.
That's my kunst.
I remember my son-in-law now he's the head of Hatzala in Jersey. We used to live on the Parkway, so he was with us for the Seder. But 10:30, 11, he got a call. He has to transfer the patient to Manhattan. He came back 4 o'clock in the morning. We were going to sleep. He said, "Please stay with me a few minutes." I want to say. So I sat down with him. We were saying together for a little bit.
4 o'clock in the morning, starting to say that.
Yeah.
He came back. He went to the Seder.
Yeah. You could make always a bracha for another Jew, even if it's a matzah, and because the Gemara says that any mitzvah, kol yisrael arevim zeh b'zeh, and you're responsible for another Jew. So v'tzivonu, it's my mitzvah. So if he didn't do the mitzvah, I didn't do a mitzvah. It's my mitzvah.
How about if the woman has to hear the shofar?
No, a woman doesn't have to hear the shofar. She's allowed to hear the shofar, and you're allowed to blow it for her.
So you can make the bracha for her?
No, she has to make it. If she doesn't know how to make it.
But she's not mechuyev for the shofar. Why she has to make it? Why she has to make the bracha?
Oh, she doesn't have to. She could.
She doesn't have
to.
If she wants,
If she wants.
She doesn't know, and she doesn't.
Same thing if she wants to put on tzitzis or tefillin. She does not mechuyev.
They have those who do that.
She's not mechuyev. She's not mechuyev. She's not mechuyev. Actually, I think according to the Sfardim, the women don't make. I'm not sure. I have to look it up again. Sfardim, I think, are machmer. The women I don't make. But
don't make what, the bracha?
Yeah, for the mitzvahs that they're not mechuyev.
Like Lula. Yeah, but it's based on Tosfos, right?
Right.
So
The Ashkenazim we
do.
We do. There are more paskins that any mitzvah the women want,
Well, how does
they can
somebody
make.
how does somebody make a burpee or dofen under the chuppah and he doesn't drink?
Oh, so that's a big pella. That's why
He makes it with a chos and kala.
it's a chos and kala. So Pashtus is because there's over here there's a certain obligation. It's not stam a bechas anenin. When you get married, you mechuyev. The Gemara says in Ksubis that you mechuyev. But even so, why should the Masada Kedusha make it? Let them make it. You only make we hold that you only make a bracha for another person, even mitzvah, if he doesn't know how. But if he knows how, let them make it.
I have an answer for Rabbi Shechter. I was thinking
Yeah.
why he doesn't. Because Chassan and Kala, they're very excited in that moment. They cannot drink.
No, the reason he drinks again is very simple. He drinks because he doesn't want to have the problem. He made the bracha. He should drink.
Yeah.
He should drink it, not because of hefsek. Because if you make a bracha, right? It's a shayla of bracha levatala. As I said, the eights of putting in your hand, and it shouldn't be considered pogum. According to Rashba Nitva, is only a good eights according to Beis Shammai. According to Beis Hillel, it doesn't help. It's considered as if you drank from the cup.
Maybe the chos and kala are fasting, so they don't want to give it to them.
I know. I think the Pashup Pshat is Amolda was a lot of Amaratzim by Yidden, and so
Not to embarrass other people?
right, not to embarrass the Amaratzim.
He's doing it.
Right.
That's why.
Because otherwise, the Chosnus and Amoritz, everyone has to get married. The Chuppah V'Kiddushin, right? furthermore, we find there's certain things that the Yidden made a takona that the people that are meratzim shouldn't feel uncomfortable, just like Shmanes or other things that
That's why we do
we
the
made, right,
Chazorah.
right. That we don't want the Amaratzim to get uncomfortable.
Not to
And
get
what's even
married.
worse, then they're not going to want to get married.
Embarrassing with
They'll be
other-
embarrassed. Yeah, I forget about it. I don't want to, you know. I'll go to the Reform rabbi.
It's like the people don't want to go to the
They don't have to do the
table.
harayat. They're not doing
Yeah. I'll do some other chas v'sholom. So that's what Pasha is the reason. But back to what Mitzvah Shem, tomorrow night we'll learn some Kuf Tzadik Shulchan Aruch. The Alter Rebbe gives 3 eitzes how you should give out the koshel brocha. The best eitzah, the Alter Rebbe says, the best is that everyone should have a kois in front of them, and you should pour in wine to everyone's kois before you make kiddush.
Like the becher that has like 20 bechers.
Yeah.
But we do it
Oh,
after
so
the-
your
after the
yoitza.
kids,
Yeah.
before the kids.
So whatever's on the table or whatever they have there was there.
Just like the Gemara that we
Yeah,
learned last week
that. Yeah,
with
yeah.
Reb Yalta, that she got angry and
was
she broke.
stuffy.
She broke 400 barrels of wine because they didn't give her the kosher bracha. So then he gave her. He said, "Kol kehai navga de berchosai," that all the wine here on the table is wine that's part of the kosher bracha. So she didn't like what he said. So, but it's interesting. We'll look tomorrow in the Alter Rebbe's Lashon. It's mashma. It's not the wine that is in the bottle. Mashma, you have to actually pour it into the koises. Okay. So Shmulik said today there's this fancy, cute thing that they have. You can buy in Judaica stores, and they have little kelichkas, and and you pour wine. Yeah, it's really.
Few levels.
Yeah, now they have a few levels.
I used to have it.
Yeah, so the eitzah, that's one eitzah. The second eitzah is that you make Boide Priyagofen. Before you drink it, you pour it into the koises for the people. After Boide Priyagofen. And the third eitzah,
Before you drink it?
before you drink it. And the third eitzah is that you drink, and after you drink, you add wine from the bottle into your cup, and then you give it to everyone. Then you give it to the kelichkas, or you give it, pass around. It's mashma, as we'll learn tomorrow. If you make kiddush, and then you drink, and then you put a little bit into your kois, and then you pass the big kois around, that's not called pegima. In other words, if the balabais drinks, and then he pours in wine to the kois, and then he passes around the table, you don't say, "Oh, first person drank. Oh, you're already pogum." It only becomes pogum when the person who makes the brocha drinks from it. But otherwise, if the person made the brocha, if he drinks and he adds wine and now he passes it around,
They
even
all
if he
gotta
didn't
make a
pour it
bracha.
into little cups,
That doesn't mean they all have to make a bracha.
they don't make a
No?
bracha. They said, "Oh man, they listen."
Oh, the yoitza with that.
I was in the house someone
Yeah.
for Shabbat, Friday night. He's making kiddush. He has pitcher with 3/4 full with wine. He's making on his becher. He made the kiddush, and then he poured it to this pitcher, and then he gave everybody from this pitcher. He mixed up his kiddush with the pitcher. That's okay.
So, let me. Pogum, it's not, but they didn't drink really from the kosher brocha. He might as well
Why?
not
Mix
have
it
poured-
up. It's
Let me
mixed.
explain to you. Is his wine is bottled that wine. So, if he had,
It's already.
if you're going to say like this, you're going to rely on the story of Reb Nachman and Yalta and say that the wine in the pitcher is already a kosher bracha because it's on the table. So then it's good anyway.
Try.
Then what do you
have to put.
You have to pour into it. But if you think that it's not, because like we're going to learn tomorrow, then pouring doesn't help because if it gets bottled. So then no, it doesn't help. If you noticed all the years that the Lubavitcher Rebbe used to give out kosher bracha, that he used to hold his kos, and the Rosh Yeshiva of Rabbi Fishman's uncle, Zachrona Levrocha, used to have a pitcher of wine, and he used to pour it in slowly to the Rebbe's kois, that it shouldn't become bottled. He used to put a little bit, the more.
Always like that.
Right.
Yeah.
That was because otherwise it's not koshel bracha. Now that's the way the Rebbe did it. So you could say, why didn't the Rebbe just put all the bottles of wine like the story of Nachman?
Leave it on the table and
Leave it on the table. So firstly, I don't know if it's a very practical thing. Thousands of people came. So what you're gonna? The Rebbe's gonna make you're gonna put a few hundred bottles on the table. It's like wacky.
Those are few cases.
He did have 100 bottles, but not wine.
Yeah.
No, that he gave privately certain
Right,
people.
but also it was a couple hundred, you know.
So that's.
The funny thing, on that Shabbos, he has a guest from Israel, and the guest's name was Shammai Kagan. He's with his Israeli government. He was there on that Shabbos. So maybe he agreed with Bet Shammai, and Shammai was there.
So these are the three eitzes. We'll learn about it in the Mitzvah tomorrow. The Alter Rebbe says the best eitzah is to pour in the wine to the koises before you start Kiddush.
Then the
worst eitzah is what we do, but Klal Yisrael does worse than the worst eitzah. The minhag, which is makubal, I think, by most Klal Yisrael and also Lubavitch, is that the person drinks, and most people, they don't even bother to fix that there shouldn't be problem.
They don't
drink,
and from the same cup,
and then from the same cup they give out. So why is that the minhag? So we'll talk about it tomorrow. I don't have a full issue, but we'll talk about it.
There are cases where let's say somebody's sick, so before he drinks, he pours it over, and then he drinks the milk twice. He pours it over to another cup.
That's the second eitzah. This is the best eitzah is that you should pour into all the koises before you make kiddush. The best eitzah. Second is that after he makes bori priya gofen, he pours it into their koises.
But truly, what happens? Because it was poured in, they answered Amen. That's their own personal kosher.
Yeah. That's what the Yerushalmi says, and it's also mashma in the Bavli this way because the story of Ne'alta and of Nachman.
But if he pour, when he make a bracha and then he pour to everybody, he didn't drink from it yet, so the bracha levatala.
No,
doesn't have to drink right away.
So we'll talk about it. Mitzvah tomorrow. We'll get to all these. So these are the three eitzes. Lepoil, the Alter Rebbe says the best eitzah is to pour for everyone before you make kiddush. But Lepoil, that's not the minhag Yisrael. The minhag Yisrael that's ungenommen is worse than the worst eitzah.
I was as a kid. I went to Haifa to women house. Shabbaton.
Yeah.
We were maybe talking and a half, something like that. We were 20 guests on his table. He made kiddush, give the guy next to him to drink. And the same, from the same cup, the second. So in the middle, some people says, Ifsa. And people were like, so many people drink from the second, I don't want to drink. אם אתה לא שותה, אתה לא מקבל אוכל. He made 20 people to drink from the same cup.
You don't drink, you don't get
Nobody get to wash until I get the cup back. I get the cup back? Okay, now go wash. It took like 10 minutes because some people like, not home. Don't want to drink. אתה לא מקבל אוכל. חייב לשתות. Made him crazy.
There are
this is not brochos, this is chayres.
I remember by the 9 days, people go to the wine, so then they make brocho l'party, then they give it to a child to drink, something like that.
Yeah.
So there is such a thing that somebody makes a brocho and gives it to someone else to drink, besides Chus and Kal, like that, no?
Friday night, the Shabbos Friday night.
Such a thing.
Right, when you have no choice, not because these are not plain berachos hananim. These are not things that you have a choice to eat or not. By bris milah on Yom Kippur, the Gemara talks about it. Bris milah on Yom Kippur, the Gemara says you give it to the baby to drink.
This is coming up Shabbos the 9 days.
Not only Shabbos but there is also another issue that it's a mitzvah.
I always make them.
But we'll learn about it tomorrow. This is exactly the issue where Mitzvah we're learning about Shechnorach now. Simon Kuf Tzadik.
It's not such a good thing because a lot of people don't make them.
The Bobby doesn't make on wine either. Matzah Shabbos, this Matzah Shabbos is the 9 days.
Oh, we try to make him beer. Try to make him beer.
You may try to make him beer.
This year you can make, anyway.
What if somebody doesn't bring beer?
What?
This year you can make.
So you're making chamar,
No,
making
but
coffee.
this Matzah Shabbos
Coffee.
is the 9 days.
Right. So what you make a beer.
There are people, no, there are people who make on wine. My mother made on wine.
To make it up.
You make him wine.
I can drink coffee, I can drink soda.
And the spot is
Then you make it in wine?
You can't make a soda anymore.
Yeah, soda's not
You're not allowed to make them do it.
The issue of wine is not.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I know you can't. You can make a milk.
And beer.
Beer they make. I don't know.
It's not like
Vodka, you could make vodka maybe.
We used to make a
By a baseball game, what do they drink? Beer or they drink vodka?
Depends.
That's called
Kamar Medina. Kamar Medina, you mean.
When do you go?
They drink both. Wasserlossach they drink.
Okay, so I'll tell you a story
Yeah, okay.
about making a trip.
Who